Hello and welcome. Today we will tell the story of coffee, the drink you love every morning. Coffee is more than just a drink. It is a story of people, trade, culture, and adventure. For the next 10 minutes, we will travel across countries and centuries to discover how coffee became the world's favorite drink. We will start in the mountains of Ethiopia, travel to the deserts of Arabia, visit Europe, explore plantations in the colonies, and finally see how coffee became part of modern life. So sit back, relax, and maybe pour yourself a cup of coffee while you listen. This is the story of coffee, from the first wild berries to the cup in your hands today. Our story begins in Ethiopia, a country in East Africa. Many centuries ago, people lived in small villages in the mountains. A goat herder named Kaldi noticed something amazing. His goats ate red berries from certain bushes, and they became very energetic. They jumped and ran around, even late in the evening when goats usually rest. Kaldi was curious. He tried the berries himself and felt the same energy. Excited, he showed the berries to local monks. The monks tried boiling the berries in water. They found that the drink helped them stay awake during long prayers and meditation. Slowly, coffee became part of daily life in Ethiopia. Coffee was also part of ceremonies. Families and friends shared coffee during special events. They roasted the beans, ground them, and made a strong, fragrant drink. The smell of roasting coffee filled the homes. Even today, Ethiopian coffee ceremonies are a way to honor guests and bring people together. Coffee grew wild in the mountains and forests. People began to trade it with nearby villages. It became not only a drink, but also a symbol of friendship and community. Imagine the people sitting around talking and laughing while drinking coffee together. This is where the story of coffee begins. By the 15th century, coffee traveled from Ethiopia to Yemen, across the Red Sea. Sufi monks in Yemen discovered coffee and used it to stay awake during long nights of prayers. Coffee became an important part of religious life. The first coffee houses, called kahve khaneh, opened in cities like Mecca and Medina. People visited these coffee houses to meet friends, talk, read, and listen to music. Coffee houses were lively places full of conversation and learning. Traders began carrying coffee from Yemen to other countries. Coffee was now more than a local drink. It became a product for trade. Coffee spread slowly across the Middle East, reaching places like Cairo, Damascus, and Baghdad. People loved the drink. Coffee became part of daily life and culture. Stories from the time tell us about people enjoying coffee in gatherings, discussing poems and ideas. Coffee helped connect people, bringing them together to share thoughts and knowledge. It was a drink that created community, and this is how coffee started its journey across the world. Coffee reached Europe in the 17th century, first arriving in Italy. Some people were suspicious of the new drink. They called it the bitter invention of Satan, but Pope Clement VIII tried coffee and liked it. After his blessing, coffee slowly became accepted across Europe. Coffee houses began to open in Italy, England, France, and the Netherlands. In London, they were called penny universities. For just 1 penny, people could drink coffee and join conversations about art, science, and politics. Coffee helped people learn and exchange ideas. In Paris, coffee houses became places for writers and artists. People met to discuss poetry, music, and politics. Coffee inspired creativity. People wrote stories, painted, and debated new ideas while drinking coffee. Coffee helped shape culture and society in Europe. Even kings and queens enjoyed coffee. In some countries, coffee was a symbol of luxury and sophistication. At the same time, coffee became a popular drink for ordinary people. It replaced alcohol in the morning and gave energy for work and study. Coffee had traveled far and changed European life forever. European countries wanted to grow coffee themselves. The Dutch started coffee farms in Java. The French grew coffee in the Caribbean. The Portuguese began coffee plantations in Brazil. Coffee became an important crop, and trade expanded around the world. But the story of coffee plantations is also a story of struggle. Many workers were enslaved and forced to work on the farms. Coffee's history includes both wealth and hardship. By the 18th century, coffee was one of the most important products in global trade. Coffee traveled by ship across oceans. Ports in Europe received large amounts of coffee from colonies. The trade created new connections between countries and continents. Coffee was no longer just a drink. It became a global commodity. People's lives, economies, and cultures were affected by coffee trade. Even today, we can see the influence of colonial coffee plantations in countries like Brazil and the Caribbean. Coffee shaped history, economy, and culture around the world. In the 19th and 20th centuries, coffee became easier to drink at home. Espresso machines were invented in Italy. Drip coffee became popular in America. Instant coffee made it fast and convenient to prepare. Coffee was no longer only for cafes or special occasions. It became part of daily life. Coffee culture also changed. People began visiting cafes to meet friends, work, or relax. Baristas started preparing coffee carefully. They even created designs in milk foam, called latte art. Coffee became a part of modern lifestyle. New coffee drinks appeared: cappuccinos, lattes, and flavored coffee. People around the world started enjoying coffee in different ways. Coffee shops became cultural spaces, like small community centers, where people met and shared ideas. Even today, coffee is still a drink that connects people. From small towns to big cities, coffee is everywhere. Its journey from wild berries to modern cafes is a story of innovation, culture, and tradition. Coffee is enjoyed in many ways in different countries. In Italy, people drink espresso in small cups. In Sweden, they have fika, a coffee break with cake or pastries. In the United States, people often drink large cups while walking or driving. Each country has its own coffee traditions. Coffee brings people together. It is part of celebrations, family gatherings, and work life. Coffee connects people across cultures and continents. People also experiment with coffee. They add flavors like vanilla, caramel, or chocolate. Some enjoy cold coffee while others prefer hot. Coffee culture is creative and always changing. Here are some fun facts about coffee. The most expensive coffee comes from beans eaten by civet cats. These beans are cleaned and roasted, producing a rare and valuable drink. Coffee also affects people differently. Some feel very energetic, while others feel calm. Coffee has inspired writers, artists, and thinkers. Famous writers like Balzac and Voltaire loved coffee. Painters and musicians also enjoyed coffee while creating their work. Coffee is not just a drink. It is part of creativity and culture. Every cup of coffee connects us to history, culture, and human creativity. From the wild berries in Ethiopia to the cup in your hands today, coffee tells a story of adventure, trade, and tradition. Next time you drink coffee, remember its long journey across the world. Think about the people who discovered it, traded it, and shared it in homes and cafes. Coffee is more than a drink. It is a story, a culture, and a shared experience. Thank you for joining this story of coffee. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, every cup of coffee has a story to tell.